How's it going, guys? Joe here from Big Shark Gaming, and today we're going to be going over to HermitCraft TCG Online, which is a version of the HermitCraft TCG made by Vintage Beef on the HermitCraft server for Season 9. If you don't know what HermitCraft is, it is a massive multiplayer Minecraft server on YouTube, Twitch, and more, featuring a bunch of different YouTubers such as Mumbo Jumbo, Grian, Zumavoid, Etho, DocM77, Good Times with Scar, Cubfan, and so on. There's a lot of people on this server. But Vintage Beef spent pretty much a year plus creating an in-game HermitCraft TCG with actual cards. It plays a lot like Pokemon. They actually had some fans go out and make a website where you guys can play it online. So you can see HermitCraft TCG online, not official. Now, I don't know how long this is going to be up, if this is going to get updated or anything like that, but for the time being, it's definitely available and it's definitely fun. So, as you can see, some options. You have public game, you create a private game, you can join a private game, you create your deck, you can log out if you want to change your name, or you can click more. Under more, you have your wins and losses. I've already played a few games, 4 and 2, with a deck that I had made, which unfortunately I forgot to save. We're going to show you that in a second too as well. You can turn on sounds, and you could enable or disable your profanity filter. I don't necessarily care about profanity, so I have that disabled for now. So everything you want to do here is pretty self-explanatory. Public game allows you to join a public game and face a random player in the world who might also be playing. To create a private game, it'll give you a code. This is waiting for opponent. You supply this to the code that you want to actually play with, and then they come over here and they go join private game and they put that same code in. That'll match you guys up. Then you have customized deck, which has all the cards available and all their rarities for the HermitCraft TCG that Vintage Beef spent so long making every single one of these cards in-game on 128 by 128 grid map. So if you hover over the cards, we'll hover over the speed up below, it shows you what type of card it is, what its rarity, its strengths and weaknesses, its attacks, and what they do. So on the left-hand side, you'll see they have what they need to actually use the attack. So if it's a white piece of wool, that means nothing. They can use any sort of energy card, or what they have item cards in this game. So for this one, for Shreep, actually this is retexture. It takes one of any item card, and then he does have Shreep, because you got a Shreep, which takes 2 of these guys here, which is the balanced times 2. And then 1 of anything else. So really good synergy with his first attack, retexture. And then if you hover over, you can see that this is a rare card. So he does have an effect. Anything that's in blue will have these extra effects. So if it's in red, it has no extra effects. If it's in blue, it has extra effects. In this case, B-Dubs goes to sleep for the next turns, which you can't attack, but he restores the full health. He can still draw and attach cards while sleeping, but he can't be used consecutively, which means that you cannot use Shreep 2 times in a row. Up in the top right corner, you can see that's his HP and its actual type. So we can see that he is a 260 HP, and then he's a balanced type. He is a rare, which is notified by this yellow star square. So that's how you get some information on these cards. Same thing goes for pretty much any of these cards. So you see like Beef, you got a rare version. There is a couple ultra rare versions of cards as well. I know Etho has one, which is noted by this blue star. Which, if you guys followed the server, you know Etho rolled one of the worst cards of all time, and they made it into an ultra rare. So this is actually the lowest numbers that you could have gotten, that was turned into this ultra rare card. I believe there was one for TFC as well, when he sadly passed away, but I don't see that here, so maybe I'm wrong. Then you got a bunch of different effect and item cards. So any of these effects, they vary between being a long time use or a single time use. So something like the bed is ultra rare. We have the diamond armor, which protects you from 30 HP, and it's discarded when it's knocked out. But then you have stuff like the golden armor that's broken as soon as you take any form of damage. It just gets discarded. You have like stuff like milk, which cures poison. I feel like it should also cure burn, because it does cure any sort of status in the game. But yeah, there's water bucket for burns. There's also like the wolf cards. There's some single use cards, such as the bow, which you could use to add 40 HP damage to your attack. There's a whole bunch of different stuff, and then a whole bunch of different synergies as well. There's some ×2 versions of each of these guys. Now, in terms of deck building, this site allows you very, very easily to make your own deck. It says your deck right up here, 42. This is 29 common cards, 10 rare, which is the maximum, and 3 ultra rare. Now, if I was to try to add another rare card in, which you could add cards just by clicking, it'll say, that cannot have more than 42 cards. Okay, cool. So if I take that card back out, which was what, a beef, and I try to add, say we'll get rid of this book, then we'll add beef. We're fine. This says that, hey, we are still within the guidelines. But if I was to add, take away a common card, such as this composter, it'll say, and then add like another rare, it'll say nothing. Apparently nothing. I think it's 12 max for rare. Hold on. Yeah, so you can't have more than 12 rare cards. And then for ultra rares, it's kind of the same. You can't have more than 3. So say, I added the same same etho. So saying I can't have multiple of the same ultra rare, multiple rare cards. So we'll clear this now. So it says your deck must have a hermit. You can import and export. So if you want to clear your deck, you can clear. You can name your deck. You could save it. You could load it, and then you could import or export it. I find out that these guys are not necessarily working. So if you import and you put your deck hash, you can name it whatever you want, and then you can import it, export it. So this was the deck that I actually imported. Because I feel like if you hit save, it actually doesn't do anything. Which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's fine. The game is not without bugs for sure. So let's get into... I'm going to use just a pre-made deck for me for this battle. So let's get into a game real quick, shall we? This looked like it was a balanced PvP deck, and that is pretty loud. So let's see if we can lower. We can just turn off the volume. So if the top left, you see this is button here, it'll open up your chat. If you hit the sound button, you go up there, it shows you whose turn it is. So right now it's mine. Let's see what we've got. We have False, who's pretty much ready to go already. So we'll actually click, and we'll put her right there. And then we'll attach her item card. We do have some other cards as well, and we can play multiple hermits in one turn. If he's sideways, that means that he is AFK. If they're facing straight up, that means that they are ready to go and battle. We do have some other cards as well, such as Splash Potion of Healing, which is a single use, which gets cut off. We do have Looting, which is nice. And we have some balance and also more PvP cards, so we can get False ready to go pretty quickly here. We can't attack on our first turn, though, so we're going to have to end our turn here. Now, our opponent, Dead Skull Reaper, he can actually attack on this turn. So we'll break down what is actually going on in this battle while we wait for his turn. So you do have a timer up in the middle here. You can see that. And you have 3 hearts. What these are is your prize card. Work very similar to Pokemon. If you lose a hermit, your hermit gets knocked out, you lose a heart. The first person will lose 3 hearts, loses a game. You can have up to 5 hermits, 1 active, and 4 AFK. This will display their health. And as this goes down, your hermit gets closer to passing out. This here is for your equip cards, such as that diamond armor, netherite swords, etc. He played Impulse, and these are for your items. You can touch 3 item cards or energy cards at any point. So he's using the lead here, so he's going to swap that. He doesn't want me to attack with False. So he used the lead, which is a single use card, to actually move my PvP over to Hypno, which is actually a really smart move. Because that, 1, it blocks False from being able to attack, and 2, now I actually cannot use Hypno's second attack, because I cannot equip 3 of the balanced. But it's fine, we're going to come out here. Let's see what our Looting card does again. Again, this is the first time using this deck, so... Alright, if heads, pick 1 item card from the opposing active hermit and add it to the user's hand. This card I have to use. He actually does not have any item cards, so we're going to save this for now. And we're just going to attack with Queen of Hearts on his Impulse. After attack, you can still play some single-use cards, but we're going to end our turn there because there's nothing else really to do. So there's his Redstone, which means he's going to use a Bop. And this is Splash Potion of Healing, so he's using it pretty early. Splash Potion of Healing just heals 20 to any of them, so he really just didn't want to use that. So it's my turn now. Bop actually does quite a bit of damage. It does an additional 40 for every AFK Boomer, which he has Tango and B-Dubs. So that actually does quite a bit on Boomer. Bop just does a standard 50, which he is pretty close to using. So, how much max HP does Falsey have? 250, so that's fine. I don't know why he did 70. Oh, right, because he has strengths against PvP types, so he does an additional. So you can see it says like impulse strengths PvP, and false is obviously a PvP type, so he does an extra 20 damage. Let's do this. Now we're gonna use looting. Hope for heads. Creeper head it is. So we're gonna get rid of his redstone, and I'm gonna take that. So now we can actually attach that right to false, and start using her eagle eye, which brings impulse down to 70. So we'll end our turn there. Which is great, because now it gets him one turn behind in setup. So if you wanted to set up like Tango, he can't. And it also gets him away from being able to have an easy setup on Boomer, which would have really destroyed my false symmetry. Another book, which loyalty. When a hermit that this card is attached to is knocked out, one of the hermit's attached item cards is randomly chosen to return to the user's hand. This card is after the hermit's knocked out. It's actually pretty good. Allows me to keep my PvP. I think false is the only PvP type in this deck, which it is my turn now, so he did not get anything, which we can start setting up our Hypno, which it is unfortunate we are blocked out, so that's as far as I'm going to go with him. But we'll go back with Eagle Eye, and then we will end our turn. Oh, there it is, the ultra rare Etho. Everybody's running this card. It is one of the most sought cards. And he switches to Tango, so that's cool. Tango, another redstoner. We really don't have anything else to do here besides just attack and end our turn. Ah, there we go. XB crafted another PvP type. Oh yeah, and bam. But fortunately for us, he hasn't really had much going on for him. He did just get a 2-time redstone, which instantly makes that Etho attack, the slab attack from Ethos Slab, or Ethos Lab, depending on how you want to call it, which flip 3 coins does additional 20 damage for every heads, and it does 70 base, so this could do a lot of damage very quickly. Let's start setting up our XP crafted. 70 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 is 130. We could survive this, so I'm not super worried about it. I could use the loyalty on false and get this other PvP item as well. Oh, yikes. Alright, down to 70 health. I could golden apple here as well. Yeah, let's golden apple on false. Gets her back up to 170. I feel like I can still play that, yeah. And then I'll use my eagle eye on Etho to 110. And we had Hypno, nice. Oh, he's gonna get them all the same, and they're all tails, thank God. Whew! That could have been very scary. Let's set up our Hypno, and we're gonna start putting item cards on him as well, because we're going to get the PvP card back from false when she gets knocked out. Hopefully. We could also get the redstone card, which would be, you know, mildly disastrous, but alright. Etho. Let's use this. Apparently we can't. Oh, we can't because we attacked. We should use that first, because we might actually lose false here. Alrighty. Oh, chorus fruit. He's going to swap his Etho after his attack. And he switched into Tango. And we did get our PvP back, nice. I mean, he switched to Impulse. So let's go into our XB. Because he's ready to go, pretty much. And then we will have Hypno ready by the time that he's ready to go. So let's start with our... Blam! Which if we get a bow. Oh, he's pulling an item back from his discard when he's in the pull. Okay, he's got his loyalty. So he's hoping that when Etho goes down, he's going to get that redstone back. And there's the bow. So 40 damage to one of my AFK hermits. He has to be able to attack, though, I thought. No, apparently not. He was able to do damage just to my Hypno. So that's fair. Alright. Let's go back into our Blam. He's going to survive for 2 more turns. This isn't exactly what we wanted, but there's another PvP. We don't really need that right now. Alright, so now here comes Boomer, and it's going to do a ton of damage. So we're going to get balance going for one more time with our boy Hypno. Now, I could keep XB in. I don't want Hypno to take unnecessary damage, and I feel like if Hypno comes out, I kind of win this game. So I might actually just let XB go here. Because Boomer's going to kill me because it does 40 damage for every other AFK Boomer. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go into Hypno here. We're not in a terrible spot, to be completely honest. It looks like it's way worse looking than it is actually. Because we can max attack. Alright, so this is kind of what I was talking about in terms of there being bugs. I don't have redstone in my deck. So when I knocked him out and I took one of the prize cards, it came out of his pool. And I feel like they're probably mix matching and not going into the correct pool. Because I don't have redstone in this deck at all. And when I defeated this monster, you get a prize card. Oh, lead. That's fine. I still have another in the back of my hand, so he thinks that he is safe here, which he is not, fortunately for me. And even though we are down 2-1 right now, he is definitely not as set up as he really wants to be. No strengths and weaknesses on balance. We are 3 attacks away from defeating this Tango, and we could survive 3 attacks, so we'll just have to swap out, which again, it's kind of a lousy moment that this Hypno is blocked from having his max attack, but he's thinking real hard here. Just make sure it wasn't my turn and I glitched out. "15 seconds. Hopefully he didn't forget to hit end turn. 5 seconds. Yeah, looks like we're going to win on a timeout. Oh, nope. It just goes over. Oh, cool. So the game doesn't end. It just goes in my turn. All right. Ooh, times 2 PvP. I would really love to... Oh, he has his chest. He's going to pull out another item from his discard pile. He's got another redstone, looks like, right? Yep. All right, cool. So we cannot survive 2 attacks. We're kind of in a bad spot here. We could switch. Now just... No, we can't now, actually. Swap that out. So that's a bummer. It was a smart move early on that he blocked us with that. So kudos to him. Alright, so he's going to attack. I'm going to attack. So I could, realistically speaking, beat this Tango. But I don't have much more in the tank. Oh, we got a Wells! That'll actually save us. Flint and Steel. Just discard his hand and draw 3 cards. So now we know he has just 3 cards left in his hand. Alright, so unfortunately, I do have to swap here. Because if I kill his Tango, he's going to come in with Etho, and he's going to kill my Hypno and win the game. So let's swap. We can swap into his other XB for now. I mean, Hypno for now. And then wait for Wells to get set up. Unless Wells, his attack is what, 60? 40 for his main attack. And then he's 1 away from it. So he can still come in and attack. But his weakness is redstone still. So it means that he's going to take a lot of damage. Yeah, we'll go into Hypno here, which we can't attack now, but it is fine. We already played our energy card. Just wanted to make sure. And we got Cub Fan too. So finally we're starting to get some Hermits. And we could have Cub instantly ready, so... see. Another lead. All right. Luckily for me, that does not actually block Wells because I have the ×2 on there, so that's good. Let's drop. Do we want to get Wells instantly ready? I think so, yeah. And then let's see, who's he got going right now? Tango. Tango could do 70. So we could actually knock out Tango here, and he can't knock us out unless he swaps. Another XB. Eventually we'll pull our bow, if there is even a bow in this deck. I'm pretty sure there was, but if we got a bow, we could take out... Oh, TNT! Sheesh. Alright, that's not good. So, a little bit of a change of plans. We're going to go into Cub here. And enter. Just because he's a huge HP sponge, so... And we can instantly get our XB ready, too. I feel like we just took his best shot, to be honest. Because the Hermits that he has set up, they're very hurt. And the Hermits that he does not have set up, which are these Tangos here, they're not near set up. I guess you only need one redstone each, but still. Not to say that, like, one bow will kill our Hypno, and, you know, our other Hypno is not in great shape either. But we do have Wells in the back, we do have Cub, and we do have an XB who will be ready in just a moment. Oh, it's my turn. So sorry. There needs to be a better indicator on what your turn is. So Vex Magic here. And see, we got another redstone. So bizarre. No, we don't need to actually play this. Nobody needs it, so might as well hold it. Alright, 1-all. Who is he bringing in? The Tango. Not set up Tango at all. Hopefully he has a redstone. Plays another Impulse. Oh, he's stocking up his Impulse. This is going to be like his final, I guess. He just switched, so. And he has Iron Armor, which takes off 20. So I'm only going to be able to do 50 to him. Which is fine. If he's able to get Boomer going, that's going to be a little bit scary, to be honest. I could hear Cub saying, "Heyo," like in my head. I'm curious. I'm gonna open up a new window. I don't know if this is actually gonna freak OBS out because it's technically on the same window. I just want to see if I have a bow in this deck. I do not. Wow, that's huge. That's mildly problematic. So let's see. All right. We got a shield. So here comes Boomer. Yeah, we're gonna have to swap now. Okay, so we're gonna swap into Wells. Finally. And we're gonna put the shield on there. Now the shield saves me from 10 HP. Which apparently, oh, I can't do this turn? What? Why? That doesn't make sense. Maybe because I just played him. Oh, we got diamond armor. Oh, okay, that's nice. That's gonna mitigate with the extra damage that we're gonna take. Redstones were weak against miners and terraformers. All right. If my HP goes to red, I do an additional 50 HP damage, and that means I could actually... Oh, fishing rod. Gonna get 2 cards from his discard pile. My HP goes to orange from the attack, which means I do extra damage. So we're gonna hit him with Vengeance, which I feel like he's gonna swap. Chorus Fruit. Game over. I've lost. So he was able to win. Good game. Really back and forth. So the Boomer did an extra 40 damage for these guys here. I felt like I had more HP than that, but maybe because I was weak to that, that means that he actually... So he did, what, 70 plus 90... I mean, 70 plus 20 is 90, plus 80 is 170, yeah. Well, good game. All right, well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more of it, we could definitely do more of it. If you want to stream it, we could do more as well. Obviously, every video moving forward won't be so explanational. And I was using a custom deck. I wasn't using like a deck that I put together. It was one that was pre-modded as well. So, put a little asterisk next to that 3, but it's fine. I'm not that type of guy. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, twitch.tv/BigSharkGaming as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.